of long ones, I do have to ask y'all. Hey, we made a lot of food, and I have a ton of leftovers. So much leftovers that I could eat it for lunch and dinner for the next 3 days, and still have leftovers. So I'm gonna bring y'all over to go plate.
That's perfect. That sounds great.
It was
This
awesome.
is my reaction to that.
What was dinner tonight?
Chicken, apple sausage, one pot pasta with peas, a lot of spices, and some sauce.
Okay.
Sounds delicious.
Does sound delicious.
It was delicious. So let me start that intro again now that we actually are rolling. So welcome to the Upstream Podcast, where we're three friends who discuss the things that occupy our screens. So grab your remote, popcorn, and controllers, and let's go. I'm joined today, as always, with Sam and Carter, aka Baker, on the screen. And we have quite a bit to talk about, but at the same time, absolutely nothing to talk about. Our drinks today are random Costco German beers. So I gave each one of them different ones. I've got a Altweiss Gold, and that's about the only English that I can figure out on here.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
Poured mine in a nice little glass.
Podcast thing where they open it on here. There we go.
I will say,
Drink
Sam,
responsibly.
yours is a lot lighter than I was expecting this one to be.
I think I have the same one as you.
Okay.
Y'all's are slightly different.
Oh, okay. Because
they're both from the same
come out lighter
company,
than I
though.
expected it to be, but it's very, very
Ooh,
tasty.
that's good. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Oh, this one's solid. Yo, yeah. So this came in a Costco giant 84 pack, and 84 is outrageous, but
Holy.
it was like a 24 or 48 pack. My father-in-law grabbed it while he was here, and it was crazy.
That's okay.
I have a fridge full, and I'm gonna be drinking these for the next month. Easily.
Wait, you bought an 84 pack?
No. It's probably 48.
Oh, okay.
But it was a lot, but
That's a ton of beer.
They're so good. So
They are good. I like this.
Yeah, this is hitting. Appreciate it, Garrett.
yeah. All right. So today we're just going to talk about what we've been doing, because it's been 2 months since we've done one of these. A lot of things have gone on, like the Game Awards were on. Carter and David have been sucked into Arc Raiders. Sam and I have tried to make it through Ghost of Yote. So we're just going to go through the list, and we're going to start with Carter. Carter, what have you been up to, man?
Man, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. For the most part, a lot of Arc Raiders. It's been great. We're getting ready for the new winter event that's supposed to launch tomorrow. So there's going to be a bunch of different things going on in the game. Really excited to see how that kind of hits with the community, like if it keeps people around, or if it because they're changing the you can't just be outside now. You could get frostbite. It's too cold. You have to go back inside.
Oh, that's
so yeah,
cool.
It's changing the whole dynamic, and that it kind of reminds me of Dune, and you're out in the sun too long, and so you had to use water or whatever in the game. And that is that stuff that pulls me away from
when it's too challenging.
Or yes, when it's more
No.
I'm about a looter shooter is what I love, and so that's where Arc Raiders, it's some of that right now, and so I'm enjoying it. But I am curious to see how it is after tomorrow. But yeah, Arc Raiders been doing that a ton. Kaylee and I did watch Superman, the new one. Obviously,
Kaylee's
Garrett,
first time?
Yes, Kaylee's first time, because Garrett, you and I saw it together. She thought it was okay. I think for her, it's shit. She doesn't know a lot of the Superman lore.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he gets his power from the sun. How are we supposed to know that? And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. You don't know any of the old school Superman, so you need a little origin story. But I mean, I guess what am I playing besides Arc Raiders? I did load up the Division 2.
Interesting.
Yes.
If you're doing a replay of that one, I'd replay that with you. I love the Division.
Okay, so I'm replaying it, and I'm kind of powering through it because I didn't realize the Division 2 has a huge end game like Destiny and Diablo. Yeah.
I hear that's why people stick around, is for the end game.
Yes, and so that's whenever I'm not doing Arc with David, I'm jumping on that. And it's been cool because they introduced something this season where you can have a companion. And so you have an AI bot that runs around with you.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's either an engineer, support, or assault class. So that's been interesting. But
That's pretty cool.
That's about it from the new. What am I watching, playing? Yeah.
Well, I was curious while you're talking. 232 hours in Arc Raiders. That's what you have.
Yep. And a solid
It's impressive.
30 of those hours I've Kaylee's popped her head in around 11:30 midnight. She's like, "Oh, you're still on," and I just go, "Oh, I'm hopping off now," and literally just like exit the game but
more.
leave it running. The one thing cool that the game does though is it tells you your topside time. I checked on that before we loaded up tonight. I'm at 110 hours topside. So
Dang.
like, yeah, that
Does that
I
mean
haven't.
in a map essentially? Oh, that
Yes.
is what that means. Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
It's
Game of the
110
year so
hours
far for you?
feels like not a lot for 200 and some odd hours.
That's what I'm
of
saying. Like a
gameplay.
lot of the time I've left the game on just running in the background, or I'm sitting there looking through my stash, figuring out what I'm going to sell or I'm going to recycle. I mean, so far it would probably be game of the year for me.
Yeah. And I will say,
that is a
more
crazy
than you would have
statement.
initially thought. What'd you say,
Oh.
Garrett?
I said that's a crazy statement.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, compared to what one game of the year and what I would easily play it as game of the year.
Well, I didn't
So,
play probably
yeah,
what you
dude,
both are
I
going
I
to
will
say.
say it's rare for a multiplayer game to get game of the year, but I think a lot of people it is up there for them.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like what we get with Arc and just the community, everyone online playing, comes every couple of years.
Yeah.
And so it's just fun to like be on that bandwagon while it's going off. But
And I feel like it's had a good amount of longevity. Like when did it come out? October?
the end of October. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it doesn't feel like it's slowing down. Like I've had a harder time squeezing in those sessions, but it's still calling to me. Like I'm still like, I want to hop on Arc Raiders.
Dude, it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun until you are like just trying to do one thing and a team rolls up on you and you're like, yo, we're not trying to fight. We're not trying to fight. You know, hey, it looks like y'all are getting a delivery of some food.
Oh.
Ooh.
So
Nice. And I was going to say, there's a surprising amount of gameplay that happens in the lobby than I think people would initially expect when they boot up. Like just managing your loot, upgrading stuff, selling stuff, buying stuff.
And I'm honestly, and oh, sorry, Garrett, didn't mean to
go
cut you
for it,
off.
man. You're the master of this game. I jump on
Well-
with you and David, and I'm like immediately frustrated trying to organize that loot.
And I mean, one thing, and Sam, you may have seen this online, but there was a great like Reddit post of a guy talking or just chatting about like none of the loot is actually yours. Like this is a looter shooter. You can craft it, but it's not like stuff that you unlock and you get to keep it forever. Like eventually you will be returning it back to another player, or it's just you're either going to recycle it and not hold on to it anymore. And so that having that mindset has helped me like, okay, forget it. It wasn't mine anyway. I'm just borrowing it. Like let's try to go find something else. But the one thing that did turn me off about the game, like I didn't even care about it until probably the last weekend in October, which is obviously like right before we had that big party before we got married. And so, or after we got married, and that's where I was like, I have a day to like play this, and then I don't think I'm going to touch it again. So let me just see. And that's where I've been hooked. And that's before playing it. I was like, dude, it's too much of like managing resources. And I thought it was going to be a lot like Dune of like kind of crafting, staying alive. But yeah, so far.
What do you think about the game loop hooks you so much?
For me, the like getting through, so there was that whole project thing of like the going on your expedition, cranking that out was challenging. And then now there's like a grind to have $5 million, whether it's in your stash or total amount of coins. So that way, if you do go on the expedition starting this week, then you start off with an extra 5 skill points. So instead of 75, you can have a total of 80. Yeah.
So the exterior missions motivate you a good amount?
Not so much. I mean, honestly, a lot of the interactions and just like when I play solos, I walk around with an open mic on and just talk to people.
Yeah.
And then like yesterday, David and I were playing and we extracted with 12 people. So it was 4 different groups whenever we were playing threes. And it's like,
That's
this has
solid.
maybe happened once or twice. And yeah, and it's just us running around. Because once you find that first group, it's like, okay, now we're a pack of 6. So let's go cause mayhem.
It's harder to disrupt
Yes.
us.
And like I was playing with some guys, or I guess just 2 rounds this evening, 2 encounters. People hear guns going off and they go, hey, let's go play like Lone Ranger. And then you go over there and you deal justice to the person who didn't want to get shot and like you kill the other guy. And so it's just different. And yeah, it's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
What have you been watching?
Nothing really. I'm falling asleep to The Big Bang Theory. That's on Plex.
That's a solid
I mean,
option.
yeah,
Is it
Kayla and I
a
don't really.
good sitcom right now?
It is. I kind of filter through sitcoms, whether it's like
Mm,
Friends, New Girl, The Office, King of
so
Queens,
good.
Everybody Loves Raymond. Like I grew up watching those, and so still love a good sitcom.
That's my going to sleep. It's 30-minute episodes. I like stuff I've seen 1,000 times, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Oh, Fresh Prince is so
Big
good.
Bang
Fresh Prince is
Theory,
good.
Yeah.
even Young Sheldon, and Georgie and Mandy now. Just the spinoffs. I don't know how we got a spinoff of a spinoff, but it's okay. You're starting to see the.
Which one's Georgie and Mandy?
It's a spinoff of Young Sheldon.
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
It's Georgie from like Sheldon's brother, and his first wife. And it's
Okay.
legitimately called Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
Did
which
you
is
meet
such a
Sheldon's brother in Big Bang?
Yeah, he
Okay.
runs the tire shop. Like in the second to last season, you meet him.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
it might even be the last season because it's when him and uh, Amy Farrah Fowler get married. That's when you meet him.
Yep.
So, I think you might see him a couple episodes earlier, but yeah.
Okay.
So, But yeah, no, it's a solid. No movies. Have we not seen anything? I mean, the three of us are seeing Avatar this week.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, this is gonna be a long week.
Think.
We did. What did we just go see? Was that with you guys? Oh, we saw my brother and his wife and Kaylee and I. We all went to go see Running Man. That was a lot
Oh,
of fun.
how was that?
It was good.
That looked fun.
It was. I think it's a little over 2 hours or right at 2 hours. It could have been 20 minutes shorter.
Okay.
And it would have been perfect because there was it takes a while to get into the Running Man, but man, it was fun. It was
a
good.
time.
Yeah,
That's one when it comes out streaming. I'll definitely give it a watch. It looks
Yeah.
good.
we wanted to get out of the house over Thanksgiving. We were
Yeah.
sick of the kids and the
Fair.
dogs. So
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm trying to think. What was like the big movie that came out last time we talked? Like, what did One Battle After Another come out before our last?
I
I still haven't seen that.
I still haven't seen it. It's a
So
3-hour
good.
movie, man.
Okay,
It comes out tomorrow on HBO Max. If you're interested.
I got it on Plex or on
Oh,
Garrett's
perfect.
library. I just haven't watched it yet. Kaylee and I
Yeah.
have it on the watch list.
That's probably my movie of the year so far, if I had to say. But I really want to see Marty Supreme. I think that looks
What? I'm sorry. You want to see what?
It was
Marty Supreme.
Timothy.
yeah, but
Yeah.
based on the ping pong guy, Timothy
Oh,
Chalamet,
okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I think it's directed by the Safdie brother.
Oh, how was Baker? See, I looked at your name and that's what I read. Carter, how did you like Tron Ares? Did you ever finish it?
I did finish it. I feel like if I saw it on the big screen, it may be a little different, like being in the theater. Soundtrack was great. I didn't love the acting and just like the story. Actually, I say that nothing was wrong with the acting, just the story and like what they chose to do. I like being in the grid and seeing all the stuff on the grid. This one, the grid comes to us, and so it didn't really feel the same. Yeah.
That's a bummer. I do need
Yeah.
to watch that because that's on streaming now too. And
But
I
it
just love the
was
visual
fun.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands. That's what I saw last time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right.
That was an incredible movie. That's
That
probably
looks
my favorite
good.
movie I've seen this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that still doesn't have a streaming release time yet.
Interesting. Is it still in theaters?
It was like a week or a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
I
Predator.
looked it up just the other day and I was like, when does it come to streaming? And they're like, there's no release date. I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, Sam, what have you been up to, man? You and I talked about this the other day. Like, you've been ultra busy. We
I've been
don't see
busy.
you online as much as we usually do, and you were out of town for a while. I think everybody was out of town for a while, but at some point in the last little bit. So,
Yeah, I went to London for pretty much like 10 days.
pictures, like great pictures. Little dude was awesome.
Yeah,
Like-
he was awesome. Eli was great. Then we had Thanksgiving. We traveled for that. And then Eli's like, hey, he's moving around. He's active. So this is our first like Christmas season that's pretty busy now. So we've just been kind of doing things, Christmassy events on the weekends. And the basketball season is picking up. So I've been watching a ton of basketball.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. I know we're all big NBA guys here. Cowboy season is over. So that, takes one thing off of my plate.
Are we
Luckily.
surprised by this?
What'd you say?
Are we surprised by this?
No. There was like a 3-week stretch where I was like, hold on.
I was gonna say I had more hope this year. And I don't root for the Cowboys, but I was even like, all right, it's time for the Cowboys to have a decent season again. They've had their fair share of suffering.
Yeah, no, the suffering continues. There was like a 2-week, like when Thanksgiving hit and we beat the Eagles. I was like, hold on,
The Eagles, that was a great game.
yeah, there might be something here, but no, we lost 2 in a row. But yeah, let's see, what games have I been playing? I beat Donkey Kong Bonanza, which was one of my big things that I wanted to beat before the year ended. Awesome, nice. Really good game. If anybody has a Switch 2 and likes platformers, it's just like every level is very innovative. And it's just fun. It's just like a fun game that the ending like took it from like an 8 to a 9 for me. I won't even hint at what happens because it is very, it's a very fun surprise that even I was expecting. I'm not a big Donkey Kong guy, but what happened at the end, I was like, okay, like even this is kind of pulling on my emotions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a really great game. Probably the best game on the Switch 2, I would say. So,
really?
That.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, This has been a surprisingly great first year for a console. I mean, Metroid Prime 2 or Metroid Prime 4, Mario Kart, Kirby Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let's see, the new Pokemon game. I mean, it does as far as like first party games. I mean, Sony had 2 this year, and that was more than they had the year before. It's been a heater of a first 6 months. And then Hades 2 is a console exclusive, and I played Silk Song on my Switch 2 as well. So I've been getting a lot of use out of my Switch 2.
That's cool. Hades 2 is a Switch 2 exclusive, or just a Switch?
It's on PC as well, but console.
But, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I've been playing Hades 2 a lot. And then I picked up a random game, but it's been like the perfect in between like an Eli nap or like just like downtime while we're like sitting in the living room. Dragon Quest III HD remake, kind of random. I had just been hearing people talk about it because 1 and 2 just came out, and they were saying how good those are. And some people say like Dragon Quest III is like one of the best games of all time. Ooh. So they came out with an HD remake. I wouldn't say it's like anything from like a story perspective, anything groundbreaking. It's not at all. But the music and the artwork is really winning me over.
Nice,
like
just a good game.
Yeah, just a good game. Nice little pick up and play.
I will say the Dragon Quest stuff. Whenever I had my Switch, it popped up all the time and like recommended, like, "Hey, you should play this. You would like it." So that's cool.
Yeah, it's like it's probably the biggest franchise that I've like never dipped my toe in.
I probably would agree. Yeah.
So I figured might as well because it kind of intrigued me. So yeah, I've been playing that, and then trying to beat. I want to wrap up. There's a lot of games that I have that I've put in a lot of time that I haven't beaten, and I want to wrap them up before the year ends. One of the big ones that I know Garrett beat, Expedition 33. I'm on the final act of that, and I mean I've loved every moment that I've played of it. I just kind of put it down because the place that Act 2 ends it's like obviously there's a ton left to do, but it's also kind of like a nice stopping point from a plot perspective. And some other game had just come out that I like really wanted to play, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a pause on this because I don't want to rush this, and let me hop into this other game. And then, as it does, new things kept coming out, and now I'm like, it's winning all these awards. Garrett beat it and loved it, and I'm just like, I need to beat this game.
Like, put in. Oh man, in the course, like I picked it up, played it for a little bit, got to the end of like the first level and paused because Oblivion came out, and played that and then forgot about it. I was like, oh, like I don't know if I really want to get back into it. I played the next level and never stopped. If you go look at the review, if you go to epicscreentime.com/ClaireObscura33 or whatever, just go to epicscreentime.com, look up.
I didn't realize your review's up.
Yeah. There's a level that's the second like main level you do is this underwater level, but you're not actually underwater. Like you're like in a like coral reef, and there's bubbles going on, and it looks like you're underwater. But like you're not like swimming around. You're running on the ground, and like it is such a cool aesthetic. I was like, this is such a simple thing, but it is so well done, and that's how I felt like going level to level to level. Like everything was such like really small things that really made like didn't make a big difference, and so you put it all together, you're like, yo, this is crazy. And so like I'll be honest, writing that review was so hard because Carter, you and I talked about it, and you were like, oh, I'm gonna play it. So I like not putting any spoilers in that review was so difficult because like there's so much to that game. Like my mother-in-law doesn't understand why I play video games, but I was telling her about the game. She goes, yo, that sounds awesome. And so like I was so excited to tell the story of this game, and like I know she's not gonna play it, so like I'm like giving spoilers, and but like I had predictions and I was pretty close, but not to the level of what I barely, my predictions like scratched the surface at best, like like a ding on titanium.
The way that Act 2 ends, I don't think I could have predicted if I had 100 tries to guess it.
I knew there had to be something else going on. They give you enough for that, but not what I expected.
Yeah, agreed.
Is it I haven't watched a ton of gameplay on it, so I don't know a lot about it because I know it's turn-based, but isn't it like interactive turn-based where you have to like hit stuff? Like, and when I think of interactive turn-based, I think of like the Uncharted games and like the Amazing Spider-Man games or like Batman, where you're having to do stuff in between, like a cutscene maybe.
No, so did you play Baldur's Gate 3?
No.
Okay. So
I mean, think about any turn-based RPG, like even Pokemon. Like each person has a turn, but while you're in combat, it's like you're fully engaged because you can parry, you have to jump over, and there's like special parries too. So it's like
is it like timing your clicks right though?
Yes.
Or okay. See, that's okay.
That was my note in the review, is that you want to cap your frame rate at 60 frames per second because apparently that's the sweet spot to be able to hit your timing lot better.
I did not know that.
It becomes very important on some of the boss, some of the optional boss battles. Like there's one boss that I will never be able to beat. One, because my controller, like the parry button's dying. And also he just at 140 frames per second, I can't click that fast. And I'm just like, I'm not like, he's an optional boss. I have everything but like 2 achievements. I don't care. Like I'm just like, I don't understand why he is so weirdly like powerful. Like I don't know who he is to the story. Like I just don't care. But like it is probably one of the best games you'll ever play. I think it's a really good way to get you into turn-based games, but it is so different because you have like most turn-based games, like you build up your defense, and then if you get hit, it's just whatever your defense is. This one, because you have the option to dodge, jump, parry, and like you have to think about what kind of attack it is, because like you can only jump certain ones to avoid the damage, but you can dodge or parry all of them.
And you learn this as you go. Like it's almost like second nature when you see certain cues. Like I can block this, I cannot block this.
Listening became a bigger part. Like I was better at predicting when the attacks were coming if I was listening.
For sure. Yeah, and I will say, this is tough for me to say, so I won't definitively say it because there's like 2 games that come into mind when I think about this. But definitely, when someone will ask me like top 3 games from a voice acting perspective, this is definitely in there. Like the voice acting performances, oh man, they're so good. And
that's what I've heard.
That's why 3 people who were in it were nominated for best voice acting performance when there's like 5 nominees. So, and Charlie Cox is in it. Got to give him a shout out. Daredevil.
Yep.
Yeah,
Garrett, is it similar or with the bosses and the battles? Is it like a Souls-like game where you get frustrated and you have to keep going back to it to like learn the mechanics, or?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like you don't have to, like, you're not gonna die and go back to a spawn point and have to run all the way back over there. You can restart the attack right there. It says like you have 5 party members if you collect all your little peers. And if you die, it goes, do you want to bring in the reserve team? So if like you're really close, you can call in the reserve team to continue the fight.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I used 3 people and only 3 people, and
Who's your 3? Mael, of course.
Mael, for sure. She
Berto?
is. No.
You used all 3 girls.
I used Mael, the girl with the hands, and the weird dude.
Oh, so okay. Luma, is that her name?
Yeah, Luna.
Dude,
Expedition
Verso is so
33.
strong. How can you not have him in your squad?
Because I didn't like. I had already worked out who everyone like the other people, and Verso was my replacement, and I was just like not to give away things. So like he was a replacement. He wasn't. He was my main man, and I liked the fighting of the other player. So
Monaco is his name.
Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mayel, Lune, and Monaco were outstanding. Who is Andy Serkis in this game?
He's isn't he the dad? Pretty sure.
Oh, you know what? You say that and I hear it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, he's
The voice acting is insane.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mayal
wow.
is the one who won the award, in case y'all were curious.
Oh yeah, she should have.
Yep,
She
I
was
saw
she was outstanding. And SK, I would have put money that SK was Javier Bardem. No, don't quote me on that. Who's the dude from F1?
Oh, if he is, that would be impressive. There's no way it's him. He's a huge actor.
Well, yeah, so is Charlie Cox.
Yes, he is. And that's all I'll say on that. Yes, he is. No, Mac.
Javier Bardem. Yeah, I was right. Like that's what I thought. That's what it sounds like.
Wait, what are
but
you
it's
seeing?
not-
Then?
it's
I'm
not
seeing
him. No,
Mac
it's not-
Sense.
It's not him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like
okay.
I was like, it sounds like him.
Yeah, I see that.
So like, but yeah, no, the voice acting was just so good. Like
So good.
like,
And it's one of those games that it's like games like this are things that I love to recommend to people who are not big gamers, even though it is a challenging game. I will say, like, to your question, Baker, Carter.
That's fine.
No,
Guys,
Garrett,
I went by Baker for 20 years, so
I
this
swear
is
I
fine.
know Carter well. Okay, this is not my first time talking about. It is challenging, and there is definitely a pattern recognition aspect, but
Okay.
it's way less punishing than a Souls-like game. It's just more so like, okay, I can do this next time. I just have to click a little bit sooner. Like I know how to do it. You never feel like I can't do this. I have to go back and grind. Like it's never something like that.
I will say there is one thing that I think is incredibly stupid, and I get why they did it in the storyline, but at some point your damage maxes out
Yeah,
until you finish Act 2.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
so you are punished for being ahead of the game. Like you have to basically follow the story, otherwise you're stuck.
and you can beat
killing-
the game without even knowing. Like I had to Google this, and that's how Garrett asked me a question, and that's how I knew the answer because I Googled it earlier.
Yep.
okay.
But
Yeah.
like you're stuck at doing 9,999 damage, and you're like, but
And
like
then people
you're-
are hitting you for like 20K, and you're like, what the hell?
yeah, or like they have 1,000,000 damage, I'm like,
Yes.
or 1,000,000 health.
Health.
You're like, yo, what in the world? No way, like something I'm missing something.
Yeah.
And so like I think that is frustrating, but in general, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, easily, hands down. I understand why it won every award under God's green earth.
All right, I'm buying it tonight. Y'all
The
convince me.
story-
Great. It's on sale. 20% off.
That's why I'm buying it. Well, I was going to ask you, Sam, PS5 Pro or PC? What would you do?
It
would do
recommends a
PS5
controller
Pro.
either way. So
Okay.
Yeah, I would do PS5 Pro unless it's not on a good sale. But it actually does not run that well, I will say. I don't know if you had this
Okay.
experience, Garrett. Like it was a little bit, and I played it right when it came out, so maybe it's more optimized. But it was chugging a bit, and I have a pretty beefy PC, and I also play at 4K. But
I
the
did
one
not.
thing,
I turned it down because I prefer frame rate over, like, it still looked beautiful.
resolution.
Like it still looked outstandingly beautiful. It's probably one of the more visually stunning games. I felt like I was playing.
Yeah.
You know when you were like a little kid and you like Oblivion felt like amazing, or like God of War, like the newer ones. That's what I felt.
Or
like
yes,
this game.
Oblivion. I was 8 and I was not allowed to play that game.
God of War, you know, like the newer ones with where he's in like the Viking
Even
world.
God of War 3. God of War 3 was like this is the good looking
Yeah,
game
but
on
I
the
mean, that was
PS.
still kind of platformy. I was thinking, like, you know, you're just immersed in the game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're
yeah.
saying.
That's what it felt like. Just these, like, absolutely stunning visuals, like huge landscapes and stuff like that. Like, it is visually beautiful. The storytelling is so well done. Like, it is a story that will sit with you for a number of
For
reasons.
sure. And the thought that I forgot to close out. Act 1 for me was a little hard to follow the story. I'm like, I don't really know where this is going. I know something ominous is happening, but I'm not really following. From Act 2 onwards, it's one of those games that, like, RPGs, you have like the main storyline and some side stories that you care about, like the commentary and the dialogue, and like the rest is just like kind of poor writing. I would say like that's kind of a fairly common experience in just gaming. You're just like, okay, this is kind of stupid dialogue. Like, this is not a real conversation. From Act 2 onwards, like every conversation that the characters have just feels so realistic in the world that you're immersed in, and also just like so deep. And like the
That's
writing
cool.
is very
That's
creative.
cool.
Like, one of the moments that really stuck out with me, and I won't go into it too much to spoil it, but I'll just kind of lightly touch on it so people who are listening will know what I'm talking about. There's a character named CL, and she talks about her husband and kind of like their relationship that they have, in lieu of like this current situation that she's in. And it's like it's an optional dialogue you have with her, but it is such a good storyline, and you learn so much about her character through just this optional dialogue you have at a campfire. And that like stuck with me throughout the rest of my gameplay. I'm just like, man, every dialogue she would say, I would be thinking about her husband in context, and it just added so much more depth to her character.
That's cool. I like that. I feel like the last time I cared about just side dialogue was playing through Mass Effect and like clicking on everything, going, oh wait, what do you guys have to say here? Am I going to learn? Or The Witcher 3, and like, do I learn more something new about the quest? So I like that.
Yeah, those are great comparisons as far as like side character depth and just like writing in general. I think those are like two games I will now like compare alongside Expedition 33 as far as, quality of writing.
All right, y'all are getting me excited to play it. I'm going to download that.
It's great. The combat is like the biggest learning curve, I will say, just because it's, even for like, I play turn-based games all the time. Like Dragon Quest is turn-based. I play all the Persona games. I play Metaphor ReFantazio was my game of the year last year. But even this it's slightly different in the sense that it is turn-based, but you have to be locked in the whole time. And it's nice because it feels more engaging, in my opinion. Like, I will now have a harder time playing turn-based games because of playing Expedition 33.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, I really want to go back and play Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
Now that it's like there's some patches. Like, I beat it, but there was like I couldn't go into one city. I couldn't explore it because it would crash. I'd move like one foot, and then it would just. And so like I blitzed through that area because it was but everyone was having
Act
that.
3.
Yeah.
Bro, I put my PC through the ringer.
And so like I was just like, this is unplayable. So I just ran through to finish the game because I enjoyed the story. But this story has really set a high bar for my RPG. Like, I think if I were to replay even Witcher, I think would take a hit after this story wise. Like, Witcher's got a ton of great depth, but it doesn't hit. Like, you're not like, ooh, like you're not like there's
there's chunks of it, but it takes a while to get like back to it. Where I feel like you guys describing Claire, it's like every moment is just it. There's
also like this depth to the story. Like, you can look at it surface level and it's still an outstanding story, but like the end of Act 2, end of Act 3 are basically two different games, storylines. And like you get layer on layer on layer on layer, and then at the very end you get a choice, and that choice decides your entire ending. It doesn't matter what you've done the entire rest of the game. There's a choice at the end of the game that you have to decide on, and that chooses your final cutscene. And you're like, yo, what is this? And so you've made no choices anywhere else in the game, other than like, but this one choice, and there's just so much. There's so much layering that you don't like. If you really think about it, like I would like, I'll be really interested to have this conversation once you play it, because like there's metaphor and layering and like old cliche words that you think you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and then you're like, oh shit, like it's so good. Claire Obscure's I can't say the words, but it's an outstanding game. Like, I was honestly like, I'm very happy I went back to it. Like, I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it. I thought I was going to be kind of like Souls-like was fun. I'm glad I played it, but no, this one, it deserves every award. Like anyone who's mad that Ark didn't win, like y'all have not played the
That
finish.
what didn't win?
People were really upset that Ark Raiders did not win Game of the Year.
Really?
Like,
It wasn't even nominated.
but that's people are upset. People are like apparently
Came out too late.
People were trying to like boycott the Game Awards because of it. They're like, yo, it's getting snubbed. I was like, no,
the Shroud
it's
effect.
really
No.
not.
And
Like,
I was going to say, they're
and
watching Shroud too much.
Yeah, they're watching no Stroud.
Kingdom Come. They're like, yeah, we
I
got robbed.
do want to play that. That's like the one game that I'm like,
I didn't like the first one. There's too many controls for the first one. The second one I heard it got a lot better. So I'll go and play that one.
yeah, I was eyeing that. It's $30. It's half off. I'm like,
That's not bad.
Do I already have it?
No.
Hold on. I might have bought it on sale a while ago because like I'll buy games and then, yep, I already have it.
yeah,
I've yet to play it. All right, Sam.
yeah.
what
That's
else?
the game that I'm like, I got to beat Expedition before I buy that. But that's probably like the next game that I'll dive into.
I'm finishing the Mass Effect series. So and then I'll
2 years later.
yeah I can't believe I started Mass Effect 2 like a year ago and just kept getting sidetracked. So
So good.
Well, Garrett,
It
you're
is.
making
Oh,
me
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do it, but I'm going to be in the same boat where it's going to take 2 years to go through it.
Dude, I started playing with mods. Like we'll go back to Sam and then I'll talk about Mass Effect. Sam, what have you been watching?
I could talk about Mass Effect for hours. I love Mass Effect because I literally, it's funny you guys bring this up because I had like Touch 2 when I was in high school and just dropped it, and I beat the entire trilogy for the first time ever within like the span of 2 months. It was literally all I thought about, all I would
How long
play.
ago was it when you beat the trilogy?
It was a year ago. I beat it in 2024.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I'm like,
no way.
yes,
For the first time?
first time ever.
I can't, dude, I could not imagine being 35
Dude,
and playing for the first
I
time.
can't either. I mean, dude, I beat the second one 3 or 4 times in high school.
It's
Like,
so good.
yeah.
And the final mission of 2 and how like all your actions leading up to that will dictate. First of all, I looked up a guide, so I got the best ending. I am that
as
type
you
of
should,
player.
as you should.
Thank you. But that ending is like,
I played it before guides were a thing, but you know.
for sure.
Garrett's like, I learned my first time and then I went and played it all again. So
Yeah, it's like I had to buy the guide from GameStop.
from GameStop, yes.
I might have worked at GameStop when that one came out.
I had the
I'll be
Fable 2 guide. Speaking about
I
guides,
had the Ocarina of Time guide. I was a
Nice.
guide buyer. I was definitely a guide buyer. What have I been watching? Mainly the kind of the movies I touched on. Like not really any show. Well, actually, did we talk about Task last time?
Y'all did. Y'all brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched
Yeah,
that yet?
Task. Say that again.
I haven't,
Carter?
I haven't started it.
Oh.
No, I'm going to though. Kayla, we saw that it was on Plex, so we
is
we added it.
Dude, it is so good. The ending sequence, the second half of the last episode, I've watched 3 times. I've watched it with my mom and I watched it with Liz, and it makes me cry every single time. So
Same.
good.
If you cried, I'm gonna bawl my eyes
Dude,
out.
I
so
cried so
I'm mentally
hard in this
preparing.
scene. Like, if you do watch it, Carter, message me, text me when you watch it.
Yeah,
the last
message us,
episode,
for sure.
because it is like,
Well, we were going to start it yesterday, and we just didn't get around to it. So we're going to pick it up here soon.
it's a good couple show. It's a little too heavy for Liz, and that's why she dropped
Okay.
it. But I blitzed through it.
What did she think of the last half?
She really enjoyed it, and that's why I wanted her to at least watch that because it's just so good, man.
Yeah.
That courtroom sequence will be like, I'll never forget it. It was so good.
Yep.
And this year's been so. I was thinking about this in my head as because our tentative next episode is our game movie show of the year episode, and I was thinking about shows. I'm like, well, it's for sure Task, and I was like, wait, Andor 2 came out this year as well.
Oh yeah.
And then I was really like thinking about, and then Severance season 2. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm planning on watching it. I'm like, Severance season 2 came out this year as well.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I've never made it past the 3rd episode of season 1.
Oh, you got to get Garrett. That is literally. We wanted to give up. We wanted to give up episode 3, and everyone was like, "Carter, keep going."
All right,
It is one of our favorite
watch
shows.
One more episode. Hallie and I we were like, yo, I don't understand why people care about this at all. Like we have tried. This is our 2nd time trying to get through Severance. Like we made it through the first time we watched episodes 1 and 2, and we're like, yo, this is boring as hell. And then
It
then you told us you got to get to the third episode. Okay, we watched the third episode. Okay,
gotta keep
it's
going.
still boring as hell. No, see, you can't just you got to keep going. It's
Keep going.
Where's the cutoff?
Sometimes
End of the first season.
Exactly. Sometimes I just feel like the mood you're in will dictate how much you enjoy it. Because like for me, everyone was saying like when I tried to watch Breaking Bad in college, they were like, you just got to get past like the fourth episode, and I was like, it's not hitting for me. And then I rewatched it as an adult. I'm like, this is my favorite show of all time. It just like I could not stop watching the episodes.
We finished season 2, and Hallie's like, I don't care to go back. I was like, okay.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
I know Hallie and Liz have different tastes, but I would have a hard time picturing Liz enjoying Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would say like the big like high as far as things that I've been watching since we last spoke has got to be Predator Badlands, which I have a funny story with this. So I saw this in London. When me and Liz went to London, we took Eli, our toddler, and obviously he goes to bed at like, it was 8 London time because of the time shift. But we were in a small hotel room, and it's like, are we just going to spend our nights in a hotel room together while our son is asleep? Which I did. Oh, actually, I'm glad I mentioned this because I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time since I was like 10.
Let's go.
And oh my gosh, it's so good. It's just, we'll put a pin in that and come back to it. But Liz wanted to like first feel out how safe she felt in London before like proceeding with this plan. But we decided to like every other night we would rotate. I would be in the hotel room watching Eli as he slept, and then she would go out, and then vice versa. So we both saw plays. And the first night we tested that was when I went to go see Predator Badlands because there's a theater like right next to our hotel, and I was like, I've been wanting to see this movie. We have time to blow at night, so I went to go see it, and we're like 10 minutes into the movie. First of all, it was the weirdest movie theater. I had to climb up like literally 6 flights of stairs to get to the theater. I'm not even joking, 6 flights. I was like, this is ridiculous. And there was like 20 seats in the theater, but we're like 10 minutes in, and there's probably like 20 people, mostly guys in the theater. And the dude in the row in front of me, literally like 10 minutes in, comically like jumps up literally like 10 feet in the air in the middle of the movie. Popcorn flies everywhere. Like it's in our back row. It's in our row. It's like everywhere. And it's in the middle of the movie. It wasn't even a scary scene. It was like an emotional scene. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And like, if that happened in America, I mean, I'm just like my American mindset. I'm like, this dude's on drugs or something.
Right.
But the guy next to me is like, you all right, mate? And the guy's like, I think I saw a rat. And he's like, what? He's like, I think I saw a rat. And then literally, I'm not even joking, 10 guys, including me, turn our flashlight on in the middle of this movie, and we're just like looking.
I love that.
The floor. All I have to say, I feel like London people, Brits, are very friendly to each other.
Oh.
Like that was one of my first experiences of how Brits interact.
Which that's a great reason for popcorn to go flying and you jump out of your seat like that. It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And I'm like scared. I'm like, someone's in a fight or this dude's on drugs. Right. Meanwhile, he thought I saw a rat. And he thought I was at his feet and he just threw his popcorn in the air. But Predator was awesome. I had like really no expectations. I just heard like people were saying, hey, Predator and Alien might be back because Alien Covenant was really good. And it's not a scary movie at all. I don't even know if you guys know the say that again?
Was that the last one? Alien Covenant? I know we did the
not
podcast.
Covenant. What was the one we all saw? Covenant? No, it wasn't Covenant.
Romulus.
Romulus.
Yes, that's right.
Speaking of, I did start the TV show, Alien Earth.
Oh, is it?
Which I hear that show is awesome.
Pretty good. I'm only
I'm
2 episodes in. Yeah, it's good.
That's my barber show of the year, for what it's worth. Shout out to Pedro.
Wait, it's your what show of the year?
My barber's show of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Every time I get a haircut, he's like, "Bro, you watched it yet?" I'm like, "I haven't." Like,
Dude, you gotta go. You gotta get your haircut from the lady that looks like your wife. You know, like.
No, bro, I can't. Pedro, he's my boy. I'm too loyal to him now. He never does me wrong. But the plot of Predator is like, it's kind of like so the main character, the main Predator, goes on like a mission to a planet to like prove his worth of going on this huge hunt to prove he's like worthy of being a part of his clan. And there's like a really cool like human aspect of it with like the side character is like an android and she has no legs, so he's like carrying her for the movie.
Ooh, nice little God of
C-3PO
War
with Chewbacca. Got it. Keep going.
Ooh, that
Yeah, great, and she's kind of the comedic relief when the Predator is kind of just honestly that's a great comp because Chewbacca is very like one dimensional. He talks a little bit more than Chewbacca, but really not that much more. Awesome. It's just so good. The CGI is like probably the best I've seen this year. Mind you, I haven't seen it. We're seeing Avatar on Thursday, so I'm sure I'll change that after that. But yeah, it was so good. That was probably, I don't know if it's my favorite movie of the year, but it's up there for sure. One Battle After Another was really good as well. But yeah, no shows. Watched those two, and then I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time since I was like in middle school, and it's just so good.
It's so good. It's so good. Garrett has the extended editions on Plex. So yesterday morning I put Fellowship on, and this morning I put The Two Towers on, and just let them play. And I was catching different scenes. The extended editions. I don't know if you've seen the extended ones.
Those are the ones I watched.
Dude, it adds so much more, which is where I feel like my buddies who read the books but hated them or didn't like the movies, I'm like, I think if the extended editions came out in theaters, guys might have liked. They'd like them a little bit more. Just some of the lore that they go into and like character development stuff. They're so good.
I have no idea what is excluded from the regulars because I don't really remember what I saw in middle school, and now I only have reference to the extended editions. So I'm just like, what did they cut?
I mean, in all fairness, I'm pretty similar to that. I haven't seen like the regular cut in years. I know that the extended editions are like an extra hour and a half long. Like
they're all 4 hours each.
It's 12 hours of movies.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And that's where I'm watching the extended editions going, I don't know what I would cut. Like, yep, this should be in. Maybe we could even add something here again because they're all just so good.
Most of the things cut were like dialogue scenes. So like the scenes with Sauron and Wormtail were cut.
And like one that I saw today that I haven't seen in years was in the Two Towers when Boromir and Faramir are talking to their dad about like, oh no, my good son's gonna go. I don't like Faramir. You're not going. That is cut, and so you don't. So important. I felt like that showed a good side of Boromir. Boromir, thank you. That you don't see in the first one, that you don't see at all in the trilogy. That it's like, okay, this was like one of the best men of Gondor. Like that's why he won. And then
you just see his lowlights.
Yes,
and then you about his brother too, because you're like, this guy's a scum. He just turns on Frodo until he obviously lets Frodo free. But you're like, this dude's a scumbag. Like, but it adds more. Okay, this dude is literally traumatized.
It just adds more to everything, right?
It's
exactly.
Like
yes.
So I have a question for you guys, and I'll leave my answer to give you guys some time to think. So I have my Sam thoughts from seeing these in middle school, and then my Sam thoughts now. What are some of y'all's bigger takeaways from your adult version of enjoying these movies? Because when I was a kid, obviously Legolas, coolest character, like he's the best. Smeagol, Gollum could not be worse. Sucks. Boromir sucks. Like I have all these kind of thoughts as a kid. Now as an adult, some of my like big takeaways are Sam is the best character. Like
for sure.
By far.
Even when he was like slapped in his face, like when they're in Mordor, like he's like, I'm not giving up on Frodo. The whole scene was like him and the spider and like him rescuing Frodo. Once Frodo's kidnapped, I'm like, dude, Sam is the best character.
Sam's the GOAT. Yeah.
And I never, that was not my takeaway as a kid. My second takeaway is, but at least until before the third movie, up to the end of the Two Towers, Gollum is like, I have sympathy for him. Like up to Two Towers, like he's like, he has good in him, and he wants to help, and that's why he has more of an internal struggle of like wanting to help Frodo and get rid of the ring. 3, I feel like he completely turns when like the ring is closer to being destroyed, and he's just like, kind of sucks the whole movie. But up to the end of Two Towers, I'm like, I have more sympathy for this character than I did as a kid. And then same for Boromir. Boromir is the other big one, and I'm guessing it's because I never saw that scene with him and his brother. Like that probably added to it. But I'm like,
Sam, it's like a 15-minute scene. I sat and watched it today, and I was like, I don't even remember this. And I was like, this adds so much context. I'm like, I want to go back and watch Fellowship now and just watch Boromir and see what he does.
Boromir's a beast human, but he is a human, and he gave into the temptation of the ring. And even in the moment when he gives in, he's like, Frodo, I'm so sorry. And then he died saving him, even though he caused like the. But yeah, I have more love for Boromir now than I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That is when started the Sean Bean always dies.
He does, man.
Yeah, he
does.
He really does.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Did he die? National Treasure. That's one that Kaylee and I love him.
He got arrested.
We love him. That's yeah. He's the bad guy.
Yeah,
but yeah.
No, I don't think anyone dies in National Treasure. I mean,
I guess that's probably fair. It
is a PG Disney movie,
mm-hmm.
so. But yeah, no, Sam, to answer your question, I don't know if I can answer that because I watched all the originals in theaters, and then within a year, the extended editions came out, and
that's cool.
The number of times that my dude Brian and I watched extended editions back to back to back overnights during sleepovers in high school is in the double digits for sure.
Wow.
And it's crazy that we and he lives in Dallas now.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
You know, but like we used to watch that all the time. So like, yeah, doing the whole like Lord of the Rings, nights, watch parties were definitely a thing. Like we had them running one time, and we played poker with some friends one time. And so that's what we did. We watched Lord of the Rings, played poker for a whole night.
That's great. That's a great night.
So good. That's a great night right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, so as an adult watching them, I don't think my opinions have changed much. I still think Legolas is by far one of the coolest characters, but I do really appreciate all the things that we're realizing is that he never says a word other than "and my bow" to Frodo. So like, Frodo has no idea who he is, doesn't know his name, and so like those things are funny. But I think I think the thing that stands out more to me is more of the like mythology that's built into it. So like you see it as a kid, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, blah, blah, blah. But now you see like the layers on layers on layers of this thing, and the choices that we make and stuff like that. Like it's always really interesting.
Yeah.
So, talking about Smeagol being, or Gollum, whatever, being the bad guy. I think Frodo is really the bad guy. He makes the same choices as everyone else, and if it weren't for Sam, they would have been into the third age of Saruman or whatever his name is, the one-eyed guy, running everyone's life. They would have been the third age, and so Sam is the only reason that things didn't go worse. So
I think what's so great about that comment is like everybody had a job they had to do, like Aragorn being the new king.
Aragorn?
Everybody had a job they had to play. Aragorn, yeah.
Argon's a noble gas, isn't it? Right?
Oh no, yeah, I mixed up the dragon. The dragon, the blue. That was like one of my first big books I read.
I've never read that book or watched the movie.
The movie sucks.
It was popular when I was in high school, man.
The movie was terrible. The movie was terrible, in all fairness. And I read like the first two books because I enjoyed the world so much. But this movie was so bad.
The movie was so bad.
I think the movie probably killed the franchise too.
Yeah,
the book franchise.
It probably did.
I mean, that's what I'm just speaking of book franchises. I'm number 4. Terrible movie. The book series, so much fun.
I actually really enjoyed the movie.
And the movie's not bad. If you read the book, I get where like hate comes from. Like, oh, I read this book, the movie sucks. I thought the movie was fun.
I honestly think we could do a whole podcast talking about movies and books and like what played out well and what didn't. But I think like you have to walk into kind of like Game of Thrones is a great example. Like you cannot put a book's level detail into a TV show. Mm-hmm. You can't. You have to cut things that don't play into the long-term scale. You have to create characters. You have to merge characters to keep people entertained. And so, like, I think Game of Thrones is a great representation of books and movies and a TV show being well-rounded. Mm-hmm. And, of doing what you need to do to attract a larger audience. Because at no time would you like, if they were to make like a scene for scene remake, Game of Thrones would have died on the first season. Like,
Yeah.
the book's
And what's
very
wild
slow.
is, I feel like if Lord of the Rings was greenlit today, it would probably only be for a show, not for like a trilogy of movies.
I agree.
And I honestly think a show might do well, if it had the right,
but
if
the
it had the
movies
right
are
people.
so perfect.
I know.
The movies are outstanding. So, Predator Badlands. What's the whole story? So he's going. Yeah. So we derailed a lot. He picked up the girl with no legs. We got
Hold
the
on, Carter, do you have an answer before?
Oh yeah.
On the kid versus adult.
Sam was like, as soon as you brought that up, Sam, I immediately thought, Sam, like
he's kind of a loser as a kid because Legos
Right.
and they're so cool.
Now I have come to there would be no Frodo without Sam. The whole reason the ring got destroyed was because of Sam. So yes, agree with you there. And this is more of just watching the extended editions older and not seeing them whenever I was younger. But I love how they go into detail about like Aragon and how he's from this just lineage that
humans
is
that live long.
Yes, and so I'm like, this dude is a badass,
Yes.
and so just having more respect and like stuff because I was a big Legolas is the best. I don't care about Aragon. Now, no, they're both badass. So yeah.
I could not agree more. Like Aragon, also, I'm like, okay, but the sad thing is like Boromir is really the one that's the most comparable to us. Like Aragon is kind of like a superhuman.
He is. He's yes.
He is the Marcus Aurelius of humans. Like, just a dude that's just, for whatever reason, is just a true gem, and like a leader of men. And so, like, I will say this, for the Lord of the Rings TV show, that gave me so much more context to who Aragorn really was and, like, his lineage. And that's why I appreciate the show. I know the show's not, like, lore or whatever, like, and it definitely got really annoying on the second season or whatever the last one was. But it definitely, like, for me, like, that show gave me a lot of context to understanding who his parentage was. It's his dad that's in there, in the show, or whatever, granddad, whatever. The dude who loses the ring is in that show.
Okay.
And so, like, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
That is cool.
I have context.
Sealor's heir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Isildur's in there.
Well, it makes you understand why Boromir has a certain feeling towards Aragorn in the first one because he's now they're in charge of Gondor, all that stuff. So it's just so good, man. I'm with you, Sam. I haven't seen him in a few years, and I'll put Return of the King on tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
and
it's gonna be great.
And Aragorn and Arwen, how do you say your name?
Yeah, Arwen.
Arwen. I
Arwen.
feel like their relationship has like way more depth to me now than when I was a kid as well.
Yeah.
Like she's giving up her immortality.
Right.
And I love the scene where she's like riding to the land of Undying or whatever, and she has the vision of like their kids, and she's like, I gotta go. Like,
I gotta go back. I know. It's like that.
So
It is. Yeah. It hits different.
It does hit
Speaking
different.
of the third movie, that is
That's sick.
bookshelf that my
Is that
friend.
Pop-Tarts?
No, that's a bookshelf that my friend made for his wife. A bookshelf is wrong, but it's a display shelf. But it is.
Gondor?
Yeah. It's the White City of Gondor. It is
That's
4.5 feet tall and 6 feet wide.
Dang.
Oh, it did not look that big, dude. I thought that was a little miniature thing on your picture. That's
No.
cool.
That's
Look
awesome.
at the cat next to it.
Ooh, that is cool. That's like
That
a bookshelf.
Yeah, it was. Those like little Christmas little village houses.
Oh my gosh,
He
Garrett,
built
yes,
that.
we have a shit ton
I
in
know
our house
exactly.
right now.
So he built that so she could
That would be
build
really
the
cool.
houses around Gondor.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's cool.
That was her that's her Christmas gift or something like that. So anniversary gift.
That's a great gift.
So
Very good. Also, last comment from me. Boromir's dad might be the worst character in the trilogy.
Worst character. That's
However-
why I don't eat tomatoes.
Yeah.
So
Bro, the way he eats that is so gross too. Why is it so juicy?
But he's such a great actor though.
He is.
I will say this, like, he is the worst character or the worst person, but the song we get out of it,
ooh, that's fair. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
that song is outstanding. Mm-hmm. And just shout out to the editors for that cut. Just the music fades and Faramir gets run over by the Nazgul.
Yep.
What a great scene. All
So
right.
good.
Yeah, Predators Badlands, really, really good. Like,
So good.
So
it's
right
like,
now, Sam, it's movie of the year, you think?
if I'm just going off of like the movie experience that I enjoyed the most,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
It's just like
dude,
the
I'm taking
CGI was
F1.
so good. The action.
Garrett, I think F1 might be my answer. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
F1 is great too. Yeah.
But that's where I feel like if I went and saw Predator Badlands,
Mhm.
that may take it too.
It's so good. Like
Okay.
it's a very simple plot, but really great character development. The action is awesome. The CGI is just like everything looks so real, but it's like it's kind of Tron-esque. It's like the glowing red aesthetic in a lot of the tools and stuff. Yeah, it's just great. It's so fun. I would highly. I bet both you guys really enjoy it if y'all see it.
Oh, I know I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm cheap. I'm waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, it's just like a cool dude movie. You're just like this dude's a badass.
Dude, I only heard good things because like
Yeah.
I guess the director, they had one where it was like Predator fighting Nazis was the original idea, and
Oh wow.
and then they were like, you know what,
That would have been
we all
terrible.
hate.
I gotta be honest.
Right,
That would've been so
and
bad.
he's like, I was literally in the Reddit post I read was talking about how he's like, I stayed up one night and was like, you know what, we don't need to do this. We're just gonna, but we want something to where finally you're rooting for the Predator. We're
Yes.
typically, and that's where he's like, our goal was just to get the audience back into a fun sci-fi action adventure.
Yeah.
Where you root for the Predator for the first time. And
Yes,
with
they
that,
do
that's
that.
where they were like, they're going to kill Nazis because that's the easy answer. And it's
Yep.
like, no, we got to do something else besides that. So I'm glad it's good.
So like
And I
Jurassic
don't-
Park, but instead of it being plot driven, it's because the movies have gotten worse, and you want to cheer for the dinosaurs.
That would be wild. Yeah, just like they're just these people. You know, they could swing that. They could for sure swing that. Like these people are destroying the environment, and like the dinosaurs are turning on them or something like that. I would. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet. I don't know how well Predator Badlands did from like a box office perspective, but I wouldn't be surprised if this storyline, this world turns into like a trilogy or at least a sequel.
Okay.
It's got that potential.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Obviously, I played Clay Obscura.
Yep.
Like I can speak nothing but good things about that game. Some of the fights are definitely inconsequential and frustrating, but for when you do beat them, there is a really good satisfaction. Like, haha. But I
Yeah.
do think some of the fights are too long. Like a couple million health for a boss battle. I'm like, yo, like, come on. Like, this is just a grind, and it's no longer fun when I've been fighting the
long?
same guy for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And like, I'm not like, when you parry, you do double damage. And, like, I'm hitting their weaknesses, and it's still taking 10 minutes. They just have so much health that it's just annoying. There are a couple bosses like that, but they are all optional bosses, which was really interesting because I went into the final boss battle and just destroyed him.
I hear. So what I've read online is like mainline Act 3, because if you don't, you are going to obliterate the final boss when you finally fight them.
But that was fun though.
Yeah, exactly.
I one shot him.
Oh my gosh.
Did you, Garrett? You one shot the final
Because-
boss? Oh my!
So you have these things called Picos or Picos. I don't know. Something like
Yeah, Pictos.
Pictos, and then you also have Lumines, which are like the Pictos that you've used enough that you now have unlocked for your whole team. So one of the Pictos I used was called Cheater, which meant that I went twice in a row, and then I had
Where'd you get that?
I have no idea, dude. I found another one that allowed me to go first at all times. So between those two, I went
You could
4
win a battle
times in a
before
row
it started.
because I went
That's cool.
twice with Mael.
Mael.
And then the next person, Monaco, has a super high speed by default, so he's always first. So Mael, between the two of them, I never, most of my fights were Mael, Monaco, game over.
Dang.
Legitimately, the biggest issue was when there were like 3 enemies, and for whatever reason, I couldn't hit all 3 of them. Like the first guy didn't die on the first hit, but I could. The final boss battle, before I attacked both times, had him down to 1 health. He attacked me, and then the parry killed him. That was it. That was
Wow.
the whole first phase and second phase was the exact same pattern. I was like, all right, yeah. So But I mean, like, I gotta be honest, the story at that point, like, yeah, it's so drastically different. Like I said, it's like a different game. So like, you really don't care. It just becomes about like running around. Like I put into the review, like, hey, look, save your exploration till 3. Like I did a lot of running around in Act 2, and I think that was a mistake. One, because you can move a lot faster in Act 3 by one of the things you unlocked, but 2, just because like you unlock the ability to do more than 9,999 damage. And that would have saved me so much time fighting these random weird boss battles.
Good to know.
So, but easily just an outstanding game. I just beat Mass Effect 2 the other day. Started Mass Effect.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, like not for the first time, but just like.
I didn't even know you were like you had that momentum.
Yeah. I to be honest, the new update for Call of Duty's been hot garbage.
Well, before you get to Call of Duty, Garrett.
Yep.
Miranda or Liara? Who'd you pick?
Oh, Liara for sure, but you can't romance her in the second game. So Miranda.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
Miranda.
right.
But I always go
you stayed
back.
Loyal to her.
I think I did in this one, not by choice, but because like I already know the story, so I didn't feel like I needed to go talk to everybody, and so by default I did. But typically, it's Liara, Miranda, Liara, every time.
Yeah.
And I also Liara, I feel like it has to be Liara because she is in number 4.
The upcoming one?
Yeah, she's the main person you see in all the trailers.
Okay.
They have confirmed that that's Liara.
Do we even have a date for that?
Nope. They did a Elder Scrolls 44 and released the trailer like 5 years ago. So
I typed it up. The first Reddit post on r/Mass Effect. The next Mass Effect is cooked, isn't it?
That's right. Because is Mass Effect Ubisoft?
Yeah.
And Ubisoft got.
No, it's EA.
No, it's EA.
Yeah. Which could just as worse, just as bad.
But no, I have heard that development is, it is in primary development now, not like secondary items. But don't quote me on that one. But yeah, no. So I started Mass Effect 3 last night. I've been I've been on call for the last month, just because of like the situation that's going on at work. And over the weekend, I probably put in like 15 to 20 hours of work. And so like last night I was like, all right, I'm in a spot where I can comfortably stop. I'm going to play for a little bit. I need a break. And so I played like an hour and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to bed. So this morning I beat like the first little mission. And so Mass Effect 3 has been out. Mass Effect 3 is so action packed compared to 2. Like there's such a drastic like combat evolution. So that's nice. There's still some issues with it, but that's not bad. But yeah, Call of Duty, this new update, I don't like the guns. I don't like that for some people, if you're on console, you can use old guns, but if you're on PC, you can't. It's supposedly a bug.
What?
Like in Warzone?
Yeah, in Warzone.
That's definitely a bug.
So console players are able to use like the old sniper rifles, which are awesome. The new ones, there's a 3-round burst sniper rifle. Like who thought that was going to be a good idea? And so, so I'm like, but I can't use them. I get a little red mark. And so when I try and load into a Warzone game with them, it just gives me a default AR, no attachments. I'm like, come on, you couldn't even just give me something decent? No. Right. And so like it royally like screws you up. And they're like, oh, it's a bug. We're working on it. They've been working on it for like 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I'm getting you haven't fixed the cheater issue. It's in fact gotten worse because you turned off. Like everyone knows that Ricochet isn't working. Like they switched to a new one and it's just rampant. The only thing that's faster is that they are banning them quicker. It's not taking 3 weeks to ban people now. It's now taking like 3 days. But they're like, I legitimately played against someone, reported him, got an alert that night that, hey, we took action on him. The next day I'm playing with Rob. I saw him again and he typed in chat, fuck you, Odin. like I'm just like, yo, dude, how am I playing against a guy who just recreated his account? He's already a level like 200 because like they're They're just cheating is rampant in the game, and I think it's just because they don't care. Like
It's
they're
just
in
crazy.
such a slump. Battlefield 6 has destroyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see they announced they're no longer going to be doing yearly?
But they have to.
Gods.
They have to reset.
They announced that 3 or 4 years ago, and they've kept doing it since.
Oh, no.
That's where
They said they're not doing yearly the same franchise over and over. So they've done Black Ops 6 and 7 back to back.
Oh,
no, right. But I'm still talking about like they said we're going to take 24 months to put a game out, not like a Modern Warfare and then Black Ops. Like just in general, we're going to take 24 months. Sure enough, we got a Call of Duty the next year, and we're still getting them.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine as we're grown adults, imagine getting off work and be like, let me turn on my cheats. Let me go play Call of Duty.
It is crazy. Like I don't understand the mentality. Like it is really like
what satisfaction does that provide?
It is.
None.
I don't understand it. Like and especially for like I'm trying to play casuals. I'm not trying to play like. And
that is true. You're cheating in casuals.
That's the other thing. They got rid of like solo casuals. So like I have to play with other people, and I don't want to play with other people.
That's annoying.
Like I want to play solo casuals. Like let me get a 40 kill game against bots. Like let me just feel like my day.
Yes.
Isn't
Let me feel some gratitude.
Grind.
Right.
Yes.
Like and like that to me has been the biggest gut punch. Is like you got rid of solo casuals. Like I understand the metrics might say that it's not busy, but like that's the easiest. It's the quickest thing to queue into. Like it would take me like 20 seconds to queue into a solo casual game because it's 90% bots. It was great.
Yeah.
Whereas like I can sit and queue. Like there was a game the other day that it took me longer to find a game than it did for me to play the game, and I'm doing solo no fill on quads, and it's just like, I'm like it's casual no fill. Like how is this hard? Just fill it with bots. Wait 30 seconds. If not, fill with bots. Come on, guys. But Call of Duty's just I don't like the guns. They up the contrast, so like if you have like the old basically the old Black Rose skin or the Black Noir skin, you can hide in the shadows and you can't be seen. It's worse than it used to be because the rest of the world is so bright, and now the sun plays such a huge factor into the way you're able to see through weapon sights and stuff like that. So like you can hide in a corner and be just completely blind. And so like it stopped being fun. So I want to play because it's so easy to jump in and out of, and I don't feel like I get sucked into it. And I want to like Mass Effect. I want to put time into it, but I'm not. Like unless Rob invites me, or I'm just looking for a game where I can kind of just do whatever. Like
Garrett, you didn't buy the new one, right? You just downloaded the update to Warzone.
Yeah. I have no interest. I don't enjoy the Black Ops series. I've never enjoyed them. I bought Black Ops 6 for zombies, thinking
I love zombies. Yeah.
And like we played zombies like 3 times, and then we stopped playing it. It wasn't the same. And so like I just like whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I realized that I haven't played Dune Awakening in months. Like the last time I played it was in August. And I realized I've never wrote a review. I played that game for like 40 hours.
I was going to say, you and David put a good bit of time into it.
And I think that's my issue with that and Arc Raiders is there's no, for someone like me that is a casual player, there is no protection against people who grind it 24/7. So like I'm immediately jumping in with people who have maxed out weapons, all the attachments, and I'm rocking like random crap I picked up off the ground. And that's where I got to Dune. Like I never finished the main storyline because it started to push me into the deep desert where there's PvP. And the second time David and I went out there, I got destroyed. I'm not even max level yet. I'm just getting rocked. And I'm like, this stopped being fun.
We know David ditched you when the combat started.
No. You know what? Honestly, I don't remember. It was August. Like I just don't remember.
Garrett, the good news is on Arc, 2 of the gray weapons are 2 of the best guns in the game. Like that's what I run half the time. Are just 2 of those.
Which ones?
The Kettle and the Stitcher. The Stitcher is like my tried and true. The Stitcher is so good.
Isn't the Kettle like the single fire one that uses like light ammo that you tell me never to use?
But like, no. No, I use it all the time.
Okay.
David may have said that a few weeks ago, and David just 24 hours ago was already like, Carter, I'm sorry.
I take it back.
And Kettle or so. I'm like, thank you.
Did they make adjustments?
No. People are like, they were just good to begin with, and people wanted to use the blue purple guns, and it's like, guys, these are fine if you just put decent attachments on them.
Yeah.
So like that's,
But
and
again,
that's the thing too.
you
I'm
have
not
to have
hunting arc
decent
anymore. Like I'm not going for the arc.
But that's the whole point. You should be going for arc.
PvP,
See,
extraction shooter.
I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm gonna play an extraction shooter, like a true one, I would rather play Delta Force. Give me like a milsim.
And that's fair.
I prefer the weapons in that. I don't like third person, first person. I'm cool with either one, but I like the arc raiders. It's the arc that makes it interesting.
Garrett, I want you to go play one night of solos, and I think you would change your mind on arc raiders.
I think you're probably right. I might enjoy it more, but I've already got here. Hold on.
No, you have some hours played, but you haven't given it the old college try.
I have 14 hours played, and I enjoy hanging out with y'all more than I enjoy playing the game. I don't like. There's the quest lines are. I do appreciate that they're a little
I only
bit
did
more.
20 quests. I don't care about the quests.
See, but that's what would keep me involved. Like I appreciate the quests are a little bit more vague. Like, hey, go look in this area. So it feels like the RPG Assassin's Creed where you could like turn it on to non-guided mode, so it would give you like this big ass circle and you had to go figure it out. Like I do appreciate that, and that's fun, but I don't really appreciate showing up to that to do something so blatantly simple. But yet I have to prepare like I am 1v100 in Afghanistan to, make it through the raid. And like I'm sprinting in an effort to get away from dudes that are just camping the exit. Like the one night raid we did. The one night raid, maybe it was David. We made it through the whole thing. And people had just been sitting there at the exit waiting for people to head. I'm like,
bunch of rats.
Is so frustrating. Like, I've it's
like how
30
many
minutes of
times would
wasted
you
time.
die from a rooftop vandal in Call of Duty? Like whenever you're playing Warzone, you die from somebody just sitting up on a roof camping.
The difference is that I can at least like avoid him or get away from him.
Okay.
Like there's no like you can't buy me back in Arc Raiders if they knock me out. I'm gone. And I lost all my stuff. Like there's no way back.
Well, hey, that's how the Battle Royale started. Fortnite, Warzone.
Yeah, but
there was no buybacks.
In Warzone, there was buybacks.
No, there wasn't.
There was always buybacks.
You cannot buy back.
Yeah. No, you could buy back, yeah.
The original Blackout. Like what came
See, I never played Blackout.
Yeah. I think Warzone originally, could you buy back?
I don't remember. That was 5, almost 6 years ago. I'm out.
2019. Yeah.
2020.
Well, Carter, let me ask you this.
Oh, you're right. 2020.
Now that you're a big extraction shooter guy, is your interest in...
I'm not an extraction shooter guy. Like the other extraction shooters. Yeah, like Arc Raiders is Arc is that fun. I don't have any appetite to go play
Tarkov or something.
Delta I would. Tarkov no. Tarkov I've seen some games.
No, I would Tarkov could be version 12.0. I would never go back to the game. It is so complicated.
Yeah. Well, I would want a more realistic.
Sure, okay. Well, I was going to say, is your interest in Marathon coming out in March, has that gone up at all?
I did see that Marathon has a March 2026?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. It has.
It has, okay.
And isn't that Bungie too?
That is Bungie.
See, dude, I'm a Bungie. Look, they
do make good gunplay. Yeah.
Yep.
Now that Arc Raiders has slightly opened the door for me when it comes to extractions.
And like Arc Raiders too, and just like Garrett's saying, like there's some PvP stuff. Like, dude, I have desync every round I play.
Oh no.
Every round there's desync, and so it's just one of those like, okay, I have to understand. I'm not going to go push a door first if I know a guy's camping in there, and you just kind of change your gameplay a little bit, and like, yeah. But it's the fun random interactions that are just so entertaining.
Yeah. The spontaneous aspect of it, that is really nice.
Because you eventually get to a point where like, I can lose everything. I do not care. I'm making it all again. Yeah. Everything I want, I can run with.
Usually when I lose everything, it's because I was there for one mission item, and that's what I lost. And that's...
But that's where you're going for the missions. Don't, Garrett, I quit. I only completed 20 quests.
If you're not doing missions, what's the point to the game?
That's the same thing with Warzone, wouldn't you think?
No, the point is
going for a dub.
But there is no... But
my whole point is to extract.
But you're extracting for what? You could just walk in, camp the other exit, and then leave.
Right, you could do that.
but that's not a win. It's just boring.
I get it.
You know, and also I think that whole argument is also why I stopped playing WoW back in the day. Seeing Tim the Tatman play WoW Classic, oh man, that nostalgia hit hard today. I was like, ooh, I might go back and play WoW. But like having to have a gear for PvP and gear for PvE is like Arc versus PvP. Like that is a huge detractor for me. I'm like, look, just like having like
That
different
is
things,
the
like different
future.
grenades.
That is the future of the multiplayer or the PvP and PvE. Destiny's been like that. The Division's like that still. Like if there is a PvE and also PvP, there will always be a huge unbalance in what's good versus the bots and what's good versus people.
See, I think they should fix it so that way, you know, like you're good when you're good. You know, having to roll around with two different sets, like that to me, like,
and I get that too.
And I also don't play these games like PvP. Unless a game is only PvP, like Warzone, I don't want to play PvP traditionally. Like I'm there for the enrichment of the story to figure out what's going on. Like there's a mystery to it and a puzzle to it, and that's what I like. That's why I like the games. You know, whereas Warzone is straight PvP, Delta Force is straight PvP. Like there is no real story other than, you know, like them throwing like little wickets at you for whatever reason, or lore, like you know, but like Ark has a story. I want to figure out the story, and you know, like I don't really want to watch a YouTube video about it unless I'm still lost by the end of it. But like for the most part, like I want
you'd rather be able to play it,
but I can't. Like, I can't make it past the stupid missions, and by that time, I've already forgotten what it, like...
You can. Go do solo.
10 hours ago.
Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
Yeah. You know what? I'll play Mass Effect.
You're kind of selling me on solo.
I'm telling you, go. It is a completely different experience.
Really?
I probably did 4 solos this afternoon, extracted with 3 or 4 people every time.
Dang.
Yep.
It's chill.
Yeah, no,
But that's also, I've heard that's not like any other extraction shooter, which is where I'm like, I don't... Right, I'm like, I wouldn't like the other ones.
But
this
I will
one,
say that what Arc Raiders has done well is that they attempt to queue solos with solos.
They do.
Whereas Delta Force, whatever, it's first available.
Yeah,
and
I will say if I'm playing solos, I only play with solos. If I do duos in Arc Raiders, David and I only come across duos, and then if we do trips, we only come across trips. So that has been nice.
That is a pretty cool like aspect. Like I appreciate the way they handled that. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But speaking of like just a different gameplay experience, Mass Effect with mods, just for simple things of like, yo, I don't have to like for Mass Effect 2, I don't have to send like 1,000 probes. I can do 1 probe to get all the resources, or to skip mini games. Like yo, some of those, it's like I already know the story. I already know how the mini games work. I don't need to do this again. Especially the stupid like Mass Effect 1 like matchy match like the tile puzzles. Like,
well, dude, you sold me on probes. Not having to send 50,000 probes to get resources from a planet. You would save so much time.
Or something as simple as, hey, here's the mission location, so I don't have to keep going back out of it. Like those small quality of life. What?
Said probe sent.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's the mods have made things. Also, someone spent the time to provide like cool like 4K resolution cutscene videos.
Oh,
so
nice.
like they upscaled it using AI, and they look incredible.
They look good. That's cool.
They look incredible. I'm like, yo, like this is what AI I think it should be for. It's like something that would take like 100 man hours took like maybe an hour for them to do. You know, you provide that source, but yeah. So that's what I've been playing on games. Like it's weird. I was talking to Rob the other night, and I was talking about the Medal of Honor series. And it was $3 on Steam, so I picked it up.
Which one?
The remake Medal of Honor, like the one that was most recent, like that's came out with like the one that should have gone further, but because EA is EA, so it didn't do well. But that one I picked up. For watching stuff, I watched the first season of Goliath, which is what's his name? Billy Bob Thornton. The problem is, I think that would have hit more with me if I weren't also simultaneously watching Landman, which is a far superior show.
That's what we want to start too.
An amazing show. Like second season, I'm laughing my ass off. Like there's a lot of tension in here, but Goliath is just Landman as a lawyer and not as good. So it's like I just like there's 4 seasons of Goliath and I'm like, I could care less. Like it was good, but it's no different than any other like daytime drama with hour-long episodes. Just it's a shorter season. Like I'm like whatever. I'm trying to think what else have I done lately. I did watch like a YouTube video the other day that was talking about movies and TV shows that should make you ask deeper questions about your relationship with government. And I like talking like The Patriot, Andor, here, I'm gonna pull up the list because like there were some really good, like I was like, oh yeah, you know what, this is a solid question. Let's see, The Patriot,
House of Cards,
Andor, Chernobyl, Tears of the Sun, Braveheart, The Matrix, Letters from Iwo Jima, We Were Soldiers, Black Hawk Down, Gattaca, Minority Report. So like just all these movies that should make you ask questions about like, hey, what's my relationship to, difference, my relationship to government. Like let's say, and there was what's that movie? Wolverines. Red Dawn. Let's say, Russia invaded the US. What would you do? How would you survive? Like Last of Us, like things like that. We spend a lot of time analyzing like movies, how good, and TV shows for how good they are. But really, what other questions could you ask? And it really hit home because of Claire Obscura, because that one really does make you go, ooh, oh shit. Like there's so many like different layers to it. And I was like, you know what? I haven't watched The Patriot in forever. So I started rewatching it last night. And I was like, you know what? There are like the opening set of series to set up the whole movie scenes really does make you go, what side would I be on of like the American Revolution and stuff like that? And so like it's just one of those things. Like that's what I've been doing is like I was like I've been playing games, but for the most part, like I'm sorry, like I'm watching these movies that I should ask better questions of. Outside of that, I did finish the Bel Air series. It's 4 seasons. It is they're hour-long episodes. It's more drama, way less comedy. I'm 3 episodes into the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and I much enjoy that. But I will say that Bel Air did end well. I do appreciate how they brought the old actors and actresses from Fresh Prince into it to play different characters.
Okay.
The new Jeffrey is my favorite part of the series.
Oh, wow.
He's not he's Jamaican rather than British.
Okay.
And he's also a former gangster. So like he's got like this old like Silent Thunder type deal going on versus being like this British guy that cheated in the Olympics. There's some that's a deep cut for Fresh Prince of Bel Air, by the way. But like there's some solid, like the OG Jeffrey comes into that storyline with the new Jeffrey, and like they do some really good things. And just even the Will Smith and like the real Will Smith and the character Will Smith have a moment in the 4th season, and that's really well done. Like I think what they did to pay homage to the original series was really well done. I appreciate all the like little like, oh hey, here's a callback. But I just think that I think the lessons got a little overly preachy to the where for someone like me that I can only experience these things on the outside, I felt more of an outsider watching these things. And specifically I'm talking about like in the 4th season they talk about like the whole like BLM versus white LM or WLM, like like the argument of like Black Lives Matter, well all lives matter type deal, like like I'm so far removed from the BLM mindset, and so like showing up with all lives matter I was just like, yo, that's just in bad taste as a human being. Like I understand what you're trying to say and you're not wrong, but like come on, that's bad form. And that's my stance on it. And so like they deal with that. They also deal with like transgender people and, you know, the whole like LGBTQ stuff. And I don't give a shit in my personal life, but like I'm so far removed that the lessons that they're trying to impart don't hit for me. And I think this show is I think it's too old for the people that it would make an impact on. Like there are scenes of like these kids are supposed to be seniors in high school and they're like making out in their underwear, and I'm like, yo, this is weirdly inappropriate for what they're supposed to be. And let alone like there's enough like N-words and F-bombs in there that I'm like, you can never show this to the kids that these lessons would be important. So like, it was just really weird, like preachy moments for people that would never get the preachy lesson. And so like
I feel about Euphoria. Like Euphoria
Sam, you just took like yes.
I have not watched that, but
Dude,
Hallie did, and she said
you're telling me that's what high schoolers are going through these days? Get the hell out of here.
And there's like some story, there's some message in there like social pressure and like the importance of like social like hierarchy and just like your social status. Like there's messages in there like self-image, drug addiction that are true, but like it is so extreme and it's just so inappropriate as a show. It's like no kid that needs to hear some of these
no kid
going to watch this.
No high schooler should be watching Euphoria.
No. Yep. And that's how I felt.
And that's what it's targeted to.
Yeah.
And that's what that's also why, hey, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch HBO. So there you go.
Yeah, and so like I enjoyed Bel-Air.
Yeah.
But it just I think it's like it's again, they're supposed to be seniors in high school, and so that's how I view them. So when you start showing these kids about to have sex, I'm like, yo, this is weirdly inappropriate.
Was it 40-minute episodes or 20, like the Fresh Prince?
No, they're like 50-minute episodes. This is
okay.
HBO.
So it was like a drama.
Yeah, like true drama. And like they almost killed Phil's character. Like not like killed him out of the show, but like Phil was such a righteous man in Fresh Prince that they spent like 3 or 4 episodes making him look like he was making bad choices after bad choices just to give him a one-line saving moment. I'm like, yo, you spent 3 minutes killing the image of a character. You know, and
that's
like,
all you did.
But like there are some good lessons, I think, for the father-son dynamic. And so like it was a good show. Like I'm not mad at the show. I just don't think it is geared appropriately. I think the lessons are geared the wrong direction. But
that's fair.
Yeah. I think that was I watched the 50 Cent
Kaylee started that.
Kelly.
50 Cent documentary about P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
For 3 seasons for R. Kelly. It basically
R. Kelly,
same, but different.
Hey, I picked up what you put down.
Same but different. For the first 3 episodes, solid. Like you're like, yo, this is crazy. And then the 4th episode felt like a repeat of the last 3 episodes. So like you kind of like, you know, and so like, you know, like nothing happened. For dude to do so much shit and only get 50 months in jail, like, yo,
crazy,
like absolutely insane. And
also,
so, yeah,
I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I feel like in the first episode, they try and make P. Diddy feel like a bigger star than he really is.
I mean, he is a billionaire, so he did something right.
But like, as far as like,
the first episode made him like, I don't.
They're trying to act like he's like a Kanye or like a Michael Jackson. I'm like, he's not that big.
He also can't dance for shit.
No.
Like I'm not a good dancer, so I know what bad dancing looks like. And
like
that's
he was a smart businessman, but he's not like
he's not even a smart
celebrity.
businessman. He's a con artist.
Yeah, he's a that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Like he took people for a ride.
He's good at making money in unethical ways. It's probably a better way to put it.
Yeah, he is the top guy at, you know, I got to be careful on any multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know the minute we get called out, somebody from that company will, you know, be like, oh really, you know, calling us a scam artist, you know. But I just I really want to see Predator Badlands.
You'll love it, Garrett.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm trying to finish shows that I started a while ago. Like that's why I watched Bel Air. Like I knew it was the final season. I like The Witcher, the new season of The Witcher. Like I've heard isn't bad, but I think most people are upset because it's not Henry Cavill.
So look at the IMDb ratings. I don't think a single episode got over 5.
No.
But we got
it's terrible.
But you got to remember, like everyone is mad because it's not Henry Cavill. You cannot replace.
Well, isn't IMDb like critics? Like it's not just user. Like
yeah, but I mean, we've always agreed that IMDb is overly critical about.
Oh,
things.
I think I prefer IMDb over.
I think
Flickster or Rotten Tomatoes.
I think
so that's where, like, if IMDb is a 6, it's great in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm like, this. I don't even know if the latest season got over that, which is where I was like.
I think that if you know the IMDb, like I prefer the Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Because I feel like that's more on par with how I feel. IMDb can be overly critical. They're very snooty. Like A24 always gets 9s. And I'm like, yo,
guys, I feel like the exact opposite. I don't look at a single critic review off Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, no, but I look at the average. So like right now, The Witcher has a 75 critic review and a 46 viewer review. But I know that people are bombing the shit out of it because it's not Henry Cavill. And I have to take that into the mindset.
Yes.
So on average, it's probably between a 6 and a 7, which is enough for me to finish the next season and make a determination of my own.
How did you enjoy season 3?
I enjoyed it, but I haven't read the books. I've read some of them, but I haven't read that book. And so like I'm watching it for the story that it's providing. The books for me have always provided more context. And like a great example of this is Mayor of Kingstown. Nothing has happened in 3 seasons, but I'm watching it because like I'm vaguely intrigued with the story in the most recent season, but I'm more intrigued with who is it? What's his name? Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner.
I'm more intrigued with how Jeremy Renner's doing in his recovery in this season and watching for how he's doing and watching how they've adjusted to it than I am in the actual show. And because like I just don't care. Like the show has been the same thing for 3 seasons and I'm like, I just don't care. Like I'm only watching it this season because I want to see how he's doing. But like IMDb gives that a 7. And I'm like, you're high. Like a 7 across the board, maybe. But like it is a slow show. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do to catch up because I really want to watch shows like Silo. I really want to.
Good.
I want to watch The Penguin. I still have yet to get there because I'm trying to clear other things out of the way.
Was that 25 as well?
What?
No, that was last year.
That was 24. That was on your top show of last year. Mm-hmm. I also want to watch some I want to actually finish The Americans. So I'm gonna have to start it over.
Yeah.
Like there's shows that I want to watch.
That's a fun one.
But I'm trying to get I'm trying to get through the shows that have like new seasons have come out and I'm like I really don't need to watch start watching 12 shows, So like I always have a 30-minute sitcom going on. I'll have a movie going and then I'm like bouncing. So like Mayor of Kingstown, it runs while I'm at work. It's just running in the background because I don't care. Once I finish that, I'll move to The Witcher and then I'll be down to the Grand Tour, which I enjoy, Fresh Prince, and whatever I'm watching. So it gives me, the opportunity to start new series that have a lot of crap going on. Like Welcome to Derry. I really want to watch that, which is the It TV show. Alien. I want to watch that. Those are the things that I'm like, all right, cool. Like once I finish this, I can get in and watch this stuff.
Sure.
So.
Oh, I didn't even know about this Welcome to Derry. No.
The season just finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
It does look good. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's been a good fall for TV shows, movies, and entertainment just in general. I'm content with where we're at. I think the final question I have for y'all is if you had to predict Avatar's score for you right now, speaking that we're all going to see it on Thursday, what do you predict it will be at? Knowing how good the first one was and how meh the second one was. Did y'all watch that video of like, let me catch you up to what's been going on?
I haven't, but
Okay.
I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
I meant to watch it before this.
There was also a lot of things that I didn't catch in Way of the Water that apparently are important. Like,
We're
like
going to get some superpowers.
well, no, one of them's like the reincarnation of the Doctor from the first one.
Yes, that's what superpowers. Yes.
Yeah. I did not put two and two
Garrett,
together.
I liked the second Avatar movie.
I
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, I think that's what,
and
I
that's
would give it
where
like a 6.5 or a 6.
Okay, I put it about a 7.5.
Okay.
That's where
I
as
was
long
gonna
as
say
this
7,
one.
so we're right.
Okay.
We're solid.
Like, it was okay.
I agree. It was
it
sticks with me less than the first one.
Yeah, and that's where Fire and Ash for me, 7.5. We'll see.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here.
I'm
gonna say, to your point, Garrett, 1 was great. 2 mixed reviews. People had a good time, but didn't think about it after. Mm-hmm. I feel like 3, they're gonna take some risks with the story. I feel like it's gonna land. I feel like it's gonna be the darkest story, just based off what I've seen from trailers. I feel like it's gonna be the darkest story of the trilogy of the 3 movies. I feel like there's actually gonna be more depth to the plot, because the first 2 movies really don't have much depth to the plot. I don't know if that's a hot take. That's my opinion.
I don't feel like
eco-terrorism is good.
I can get
yeah, exactly.
And then solely stick together. That's
solely stick together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like the third one is going to cross over more like interesting topics of like Na'vi against Na'vi, obviously, and like Na'vi teaming up with humans for like evil reasons. I feel like we're going to get cooler story, a cooler plot point. So I'm going to say 8.
Okay. I won an 8, and
I won an 8. Me too.
I think why Way of the Water really bothered me is I am so tired of people coming back from the dead. Like, it is such a bad trope. I'm tired of like
I think it's gonna keep happening.
Okay.
I'm like, we got it with Palpatine. Somehow he came back, and that's how I felt about the general or the colonel. Like,
we need new villains.
That's fair.
We backed up our memory. Why the hell haven't you been doing that for years? Like, come on, there's so many issues.
They know of it.
Yeah, and so like, I think I'm just in general, I'm tired of people that were killed off in a very direct way coming back to life, and it's a bad trope. If you want to do that, give me some like twitching of the finger. And like they got stabbed in the shoulder and not the middle of the chest. Like, come on. This isn't the Matrix, where, whatever. At least the Matrix, if you died in the Matrix, you died in real life,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why Way of the Water started me off already upset.
That's fair. I like that. That's fair.
I'm really like, it's like zombies. Like zombies were everywhere, and like Resident Evil, Call of Duty zombies all came out at the same time, and so I'm just like, I'm over it, and I'm over this miraculous resurrection thing. Like, if you want to do like analogies to the Bible, look at Lord of the Rings. If you want to do crappy analogies to the Bible, look at Way of the Water. I'll come up with a good list, but like, it's just it's overdone. I think it's also showing up in some of the books I've been reading, and so like, I'm like, yo, what are we doing? And so like, kill the character, let him die.
Yeah,
it's
more
cheap.
It's a trope that's overdone. I agree with you. Like, we just got in Fantastic Four. Let someone die.
Yep. I knew. I was like, there's something else that we have recently.
Although out of all of them, that did hit the most in Fantastic Four.
Agreed. It was a very sweet moment,
but it's overdone. I agree.
And at least it made sense story wise for who we knew. How the resurrection happened made sense. It's what we kind of like. There was an option of that in our brain. There wasn't for those of us that kind of like had some understanding of who the characters are in play. It made some sense. Yeah. But Avatar,
just cheap.
It's a cheap ending. It's a cheap start, and so now also the general in Avatar is also the bad guy in Mayor Kingstown right now. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Because just like you're saying, Garrett, they run the risk of just print a new one. Yeah. He'll be right back, and then like
unlimited bad guys.
Yeah.
Then you don't even care about it when he dies.
Right.
You know, and also like his son saved him last time.
Spider.
Saved him.
Nope.
I thought he was supposed to be recast in the third one.
No, he got
No,
a whole they only
they
filmed his scenes in the third one after they finished production on the second, and then they recasted his character.
Yeah, because they filmed 2 and 3 at the same time. Because
he'll be recasted in 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
5, I don't know when that one's going to be. So yeah, it was important for them to do 2 and 3 at the same time. I'm like, all right, cool. Why are you doing 2 and 3 at the same time? Why are you spending 3 years putting them together? But then like I watched this like video about like all the technology they put in for 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Like creating their own cameras. That's how they did 1. The 3D camera. The why that worked in Avatar and nothing else was because James Cameron built it.
He's building the technology of what we're watching movies on. They're making.
And I do appreciate him for that.
Yeah. They're doing the software and they're making the hardware. They're doing all of it.
The underwater scenes, like they had the team trained so that they could hold their breath for like 5 minutes.
I do remember
underwater.
seeing those like behind the scenes stuff.
And like I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And also to build like a whole like using a NASA dive pool to film the underwater scenes, and then use like ping pong balls to stop reflections from being on the ceiling, but it also gave them something to CGI over. You know, like
is that what they did? That's cool.
So that way, like there was no reflection on the top.
Yeah.
They could still film underneath.
That's
and then that also meant that the characters could come up and there would be no reflection underneath for the people that were there. So like it worked both ways. And I was like, yo, that's so stupid but so smart. You know, it's like those like $5 solutions. Like I got to clean the grout in my shower, and someone on Reddit was like, yo, just put some shaving cream down and scrub. It'll like apparently it does just as well as like the like $10 bottle of cleaner. I'm like, yo, for $3, I'll give that a try. You know, like a can of shaving cream. You know, just let me buy an electric like little toothbrush to clean it with. I'll give that a try. Yeah. So, you know, like it's those stupid simple things. Like, yeah. So, all right, y'all got anything else? This was fun. I enjoyed this.
This was
good. Sometimes
it was good catch up. I'm excited for Avatar, and I'm excited for Claire. You guys got me pumped talking about that game.
I cannot wait for you to finish that. You're gonna destroy it over the holiday.
I was going to say, there's a solid chance I pick it up over the holidays. And
I know I have a week at home where Eli still gets to go to daycare, and I'm saying beat Clair Obscure, maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance. I got a second game that I'm going to try and beat in there that I'll be thinking about.
I'm doing a lot of traveling over the holidays. I've got a wedding over New Year's, so
we're catching you right before you leave.
Yep. Yep. But so yeah, my goal is to beat Ghost of Yote, which we never even touched. Bro. Like
we'll touch on it next episode. It'll come up.
We had a positive podcast. We're gonna keep.
But yeah, my goal is to finish that before I leave.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you everyone. Thank y'all for joining. Thanks y'all for we getting this together. We've all been crazy busy lately, and so trying to organize this has been more difficult, which is why you keep getting random Game of Thrones seasons reviews. But I mean, it works out. But the next episode should be our X of the year. So just like last year, I'll provide you guys a survey. You guys will give me some answers. So if you can get that to me by the end of the year, like early in the new year, like the first week of the new year, I will pass it to our audience who will not respond like they didn't last year, and some people at work to provide answers.
Bribe your coworkers.
I will bribe my coworkers and family and have them randomly vote just based off whatever it is. And that will be kind of the verdict. So that way we have we will not take into effect any of the Game of the Year stuff, like any of that, like Game of the Year, like argumentatively, like Claire would win everything, but like if that's not what the people vote for, that's not what the people vote for. This is our own like personal people, no critics involved other than us being the 3 critics. So look forward to that. That was always a good episode. So for all 3 of us, y'all have a wonderful holiday, a wonderful new year. When y'all watch this, we greatly appreciate it. We do this for fun, so if you comment, want to throw in your own vote, and there's enough people that throw in a vote, I'll throw it in there. Game of the year, movie of the year, TV show of the year, throw it in there. I'll add it.
Do it.
Just as a fun thing to do. So Otherwise, you two take care of yourselves. I'll see you online. But have a great holiday, and thank y'all. Take care.
Cool.
Thank you.
See you guys.